skill level. Welcome to the age of the great guilds.
Son of Signa, it is the dawn of your 17th year. The elders await you in the sanctuary.
I've never known to weave such a bright messenger nymph. I wonder why the elders want to see me. I'd better get down to the village.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to Loom. Loom is one of my favorite games. Yeah. And, well, I thought I would play it tonight, in part because I actually want to capture the footage for a little fan project of mine. But anyway, it is also a really cool game that I actually did have on my list of things to stream, and yeah, that I'm quite excited to live stream. So, what is Loom? Loom is a point-and-click adventure, essentially, but not a traditional one. You will not find us picking things up or solving environmental puzzles in the traditional sense, or using look and, well, no, I think we will use look, but we won't use many of the traditional verbs of a point-and-click adventure. Rather, Myst is a game about magic, and that won't become apparent just yet. For now, we're going to just be walking and looking. So, for example, if I can figure out... Oh, there.
The last leaf of autumn.
There it goes. So, yeah, for the most part, we're going to be doing that sort of thing. I don't think I can look at anything else here. For now at least. Now if I can, there we go, remember where the hotspots are. And, yeah, so you'll see what the main gameplay looks like later. This is all very much the prologue in a sense. Now, as you might gather, I have played this game before. A couple of times at least, hence, well, I mean, it's one of my favorite games. I should hope that I've played it before. So this isn't a blind playthrough, but I hope that nevertheless you'll enjoy it with me. I do love the look of these tents, these crisscrossing lines, a bit like those little diagrams that I used to make in school. You start at, essentially you draw two lines orthogonal to each other, and then you start at the end of one line and the start of the other, and you move down the former line and along the other, eventually producing a pattern a bit like the ones we were seeing in there, I think. Anyway, let's go into this little unassuming tent, shall we? No, not this one. Sorry, I'm going to the wrong place. No, where? Oh, is it this one? Don't mind me. We're going to be exploring all of this place a little later, but we might as well do it once we have the requisites. Now I just have to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Don't mind me getting lost in a game that I already know. Forget where I'm supposed to go now. Right at the start of the game, too. Could have sworn it was in that direction. Not that I would have sworn, but... Oh, maybe it's up here. Maybe it's up here. No, wait, this is where we just came from. Maybe it's this one? Do I have my... It would be very like me to have my directions entirely reversed. Yeah, it looks like it might be this one. Yes, this is the one, I do believe. Again, small unassuming tent as we've seen. And in we walk, and yes, the small unassuming tent with great big heavy duty pillars and walkways. Ah, what's this?
There's the long tapestry.
It is quite long.
Looking so old and frayed.
Sure.
The threads describe the creation of the world and the passing of the two shadows.
Nice. It's an interesting bit of backstory there. I don't know what the two shadows are offhand. But yes, let's... can't look at that. Okay, let's look at this tapestry then. Or is... Oh, well, let's let him talk about this quickly. You going to talk?
Here's more of the tapestry. The pattern shows the entire history of the weavers, back to the founding of the great guilds.
Impressive. I suppose in the words of Indiana Jones, "Oh, we come to see the tapestries." And I would apologise to anyone who with an actual Scots accent, but I'm taking off Indiana Jones, not you. That looks concerning.
The last section tells about the decline of the guilds. There's a third shadow gathering.
Concerning.
That's strange. The end is completely torn off.
By which, let me just say that, I mean, I apologise if I did actually offend any Scottish people. That was not at all my intent. But here, people.
There's Hetchel. And the elders don't look at all pleased with her.
You have heard the findings of this council, Dame Hetchel. Have you anything to say in your own defence?
My elders, my
Pretty
actions
Loom.
speak for themselves.
This reckless defiance is intolerable. Any secret you share with Signa's son might be turned against us.
His talent is awakening, and the power is very strong in him. We dare not desert him now.
Stubborn old fool! Who are you to decide such things?
Enough, Lachesis.
Lachesis?
Hetchel, I'm grieved to see your many years of service end in such disgrace.
My destiny is yours to weave.
Hetchel, the fabric of your life has been woven by your own choices.
Gaze once more upon the great loom, if you would know your ultimate destiny. For that destiny is now upon you.
I'm going to write that down quickly.
A swan's egg. What does it mean?
Something is deeply wrong. That draft has never failed before.
What is that noise? Outside!
The guild is under attack.
Who dares to desecrate the great loom of the weavers?
This is the work of that demon boy. We should kill him while we still can.
Your name will be cursed forever, son of Signa, loom child, bobbin thread.
My name? But I had nothing to do with this. Wait, where are you going? No explanations. No goodbyes. And once again, I'm left behind.
Oh, as you might have gathered, his mother seems to have abandoned him at some stage. So, once again, left behind. His name was cut off there. His full name is Bobbin Threadbare, by the way, appropriate for a weaver. And this, as noted, is the Great Loom. The loom, I presume, for which this game is named. And yes, we have a few interesting things here. Oh, before we go on, you may have noticed those colors and lights. That's a central mechanic of this little of this point and click. I made a quick note of those colours: white, green, cyan, and red. So what are we going to look at first? Here's the loom. Let's look at that. White, green, cyan, red, repeating its most recent
Those are the
draft.
same 4 threads spun by the elders.
Interesting.
Still echoing in the loom.
Yes.
It's
Distaff.
heavier than it looks.
And now we come to the central mechanic of the game, where most point and clicks might have a verb bar at the bottom here. We have the distaff, and its notes is the word that I'm looking for. At the moment, we only have access to red, orange, and yellow. We don't actually have cyan or green, let alone white. But we'll get there in time. We will. Well, let's look at this egg. Yellow, red, yellow, orange.
The egg, it's trying to open.
What was that? Was it yellow? Sorry. Yellow, red, yellow, orange. Okay.
The egg, it's trying to open.
Before we actually do what we're supposed to do here, let me just note that they mentioned that one of the elder weavers was named Lachesis? Kittens. They literally just said it, and I'm mangling it now. At any rate, that is the name ascribed to one of the Greek fates, if I recall correctly, who wove the destinies of humankind appropriately to one of the elders of the weavers. In any case, so this egg one is our... the person that we just encountered, Hetchel, was turned into this egg, and the egg wants to open. And we just saw this draft of yellow, red, yellow, orange. So let's see what happens if we play that draft on our distaff. Yellow, red, yellow, orange. And I misclicked, so that nice dramatic build-up didn't work.
Guess that isn't a draft.
Let me try that again. Yellow, red, yellow, orange. And the egg opens.
There's my boy.
Hello,
What's
Hetchel.
happening? The whole village has flown away without us.
From the moment you came into this world, Bobbin, great and terrible things have been happening. The elders hoped that your birth was the cause of it.
Why would the elders want to get rid of me? I'm such an awful weaver that they never even let me study with the others.
They fear you, Bobbin. When the swan arrived, they were already trying to weave the same draft on you that they had worked on me. But the draft turned against them. It means only one thing, that the pattern is failing of its own accord.
No. Can't
Intriguing.
it be stopped?
Stop chaos? The only thing to do is embrace it and turn ourselves into creatures of shadow, or plan our escape.
Escape? To where?
I don't know.
Where indeed?
We are to survive. We must find out where that flock has flown and join them if we can.
So, we have our central
Already
mission.
found Atropos's distaff.
Atropos, of course, another fate.
You won't be able to weave very much with it at first.
So the third would be
As
Clotho then.
practice, its true power will be revealed to you. It's time to leave this island, Loom Child. Your destiny lies beyond the sunset, across the sea.
Mother Hetchel, where are you going?
Goodbye, Bobbin. I must follow.
Impressive.
Well, this is a fine mess. Everybody's gone and I still don't understand what's going on. Why did they keep calling me Loom Child? Nobody's ever let me anywhere near a loom.
Funny that. So, some quite important things and quite a dramatic exit there. A little taste of things to come, in fact. We can't look at the eggs, alas. Okay, let's head out. So, now we're in the game proper. We only know one. No, we know two weaves at the moment. Actually, I should note down what these do, shouldn't I? That one's open, and the other, I think I know, but I'm not going to say it just yet. But functionally speaking, given the limitations on our distaff at the moment, we only know one weave, and that's the weave for opening. Yellow, red, yellow, orange. But there is a trick to weaves in this game, to the magic that we wield, and that's that many weaves, those that are not palindromic, are reversible. So theoretically speaking, if we come to a thing that's open and we cast the open weave backwards, it'll close. So I'll see whether we'll find something on which we might be able to try it. But for now, before we follow Mother Hetchel's advice and head out, we're going to be looking around essentially for things, for weaves to learn. So what's this?
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
Well, yeah, I really can't speak on that matter myself. I am awful at that. In any case, I don't think I can go to that one. Let's go to this one then. Ah, this is a nice room. I can be quite fond of green.
Grass green. I hate that colour.
From which we can gather that our protagonist here is a villain of sorts. No, not really. Whoops. Green. Cyan, I think. Cyan. Yellow. I think that was what that was. Green. Wait, was it? No, that doesn't sound right. Cyan shouldn't be there.
It's still dripping. What a mess.
Just see that again. Oh, that's cyan. It's cyan, green, green, yellow. I'm not quite sure what that one is. I'm just call it drip for now. But another one that we can't play yet because we don't have two of the notes required. What about this?
That's the book of patterns. I already know what's in it.
Okay, well, let's see. I wonder whether we can open the book. So, yellow, red, yellow, orange.
I already know what's in it.
Oh, right, fine. He's not going to go for it. What do we have here then?
This wall hasn't been dyed yet.
Correct. The pot. Ah, orange, orange, red, orange. Uru.
Grass green. I hate that colour.
Well, now we can do some experimenting. This area isn't actually important, if I recall correctly, beyond allowing you to discover some weaves. However, it does allow us to experiment. So we can, for example, select the dye pot, and let's see if we can do that backwards. Orange, red, orange, orange. Now, I think that...
Nothing. That draft doesn't seem to work on pots.
Oh well, okay, so we can't change the pot. So we do have some nice white cloth. Let's orange, orange, red, orange. Et voila, and we've turned it green.
The colour changed.
Yep. We can change that one too, just for the sake of demonstration. Let me show you what happens when we successfully cast a weave in reverse. That would be orange, red, orange, orange. Twinkle, 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 and it turns white. It's no longer green.
There. Looks much better in white.
Nonsense. Let's leave before he irks me further. Not really, but... So, what else is there to discover? Well, we already know, as we've been through there, so there's nothing much to be discovered there. What about down this way? We've been in there, of course. I don't think the fire gives us anything. Ah, what about you lot? Don't think we can open them, or I don't think we have a reason to turn them green, so let's just examine them. Oh, that's not examining the birds, that's jumping into the water. Okay, let's try looking at this one instead then. Yellow, red, yellow, orange. Oh, that's the open draft again. Okay, well, you see, I think they're interested in this clam. Can we not examine the clam? Okay, well, let's just yellow, red, yellow, orange. To open the clam. Ping, and the birds go for the meat, naturally enough.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm not quite sure why we did that, but we did that. Okay, maybe something will have changed if we come back. For now, we have a bit more exploration to do. Let's go up this way then. Don't worry, we will follow Mother Hetchel's advice in due course, but for now we have other things to do. Like looking at a hole, which gives us red.
There's an owl in there.
Okay. It gave us red. Red again. And orange.
Another owl.
Ah. Oops, turned my pen the wrong way. Red, orange. What about this one? Red, orange, orange.
Didn't know there were so many owls in these woods.
Oh, I'll bet.
It's still empty.
Ah, and one more owl.
He's fast asleep.
I don't think red, orange, orange is enough. Let's try it quickly. No. Let's go back to the owls here. I want to see if I can get one more thing from them. So red, orange, orange.
There's an owl in there.
Yeah, we're only getting, we're not getting quite enough. Okay, well, let's keep exploring for a bit. Let's have a look at this grave. Something nice and cheery, you know?
I can't read it. The owl's tail feathers are covering the words.
Ah. Oh, what was it? Oh yes, this was the green weave. Forgot to write down what one of those weaves was. What's this?
Ouch.
Oh, that woke up the owl. Went and caught the bunny. Well, what is on this grave?
Destiny shall draw the lightning down from heaven, roll its thunder far across the sea, to where I wait upon the shore of wonder, on the day the sky is opened and the tree is split asunder.
In memory of Lady Signa Threadbare, 7983 to 8004, if I'm reading that correctly. Remember, our name is Threadbare, Bobbin Threadbare, Lady Signa Threadbare being our mother, and this prophecy being relevant to us. Immediately
the day
relevant.
The sky is opened. I like the view from the cliff better.
Fair, fair. We'll go back there, I do think. In the meanwhile, before we leave, one more owl. Orange, orange, red.
All the holes are full now.
Now, that's an interesting weave because it's palindromic. Red, orange, orange, red, which means we can't reverse it. Yeah. So that's one spell that cannot be, cannot be negated, so to speak. There is no anti-version of the spell. And they're finished with the clam, so let's see if we have anything useful to do with it.
Looks like breakfast is over.
Nope. Looks like that's that. Okay, well, we fed a bird, I suppose. I may have played this game before, but I do not claim to remember everything. I think I remember most, a fair chunk at least, and I think I shouldn't have too much trouble figuring out what I do forget. The darkness.
Wonderful. I can't see a thing.
And, well, consider, where might we find a magic to allow us to see in the dark? Where, if not, from owls? And we did get a weave from the owls. It is red, orange, orange, red. Twinkle, 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 and we can see.
Don't these people ever clean up after themselves?
So this is where, as in the fairy tale of Rumpelstiltskin, someone has been spinning straw into gold on this spinning wheel. Orange, yellow, orange, red. Okay, and that, I think you will find, is our gold weave. Nothing else of interest here. So let's go look at this bundle of straw and let us cast orange, yellow, orange, red. And voila, it has turned to gold. And we just gained a level more or less, and we gained a new note. And that is how we gain notes, by solving puzzles as we go forward. As there's no experience as such in a proper RPG sense. It's more just as we complete things and move forward in the plot of the game that we grow in power as we gain new notes. So we can now cast spells that include green. Like that drip one. Green, 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 yellow we can now cast. I'm wondering what that does, though. Pour. Empty. I think that's what it is. I think it's empty. Let me do a little bit of foreshadowing, if you don't mind, before we get going. We're about ready to leave the Isle, but I do want to do at least one more thing quickly. Is there anything we can empty or fill around here? I don't think so. I mean, I suppose I could try refilling that potion bottle, but not going to do that, I don't think. But anyway, let me, as I said, do a little bit of foreshadowing for us. Here's a grave. What happens, I wonder, if we cast the open weave on the grave? That would be yellow, red, yellow, orange. It seems to work.
Just as well. Some things are better left alone.
Opening the grave, maybe not wise. So, we have grown in power, we have learned some weaves. I think it's time for us to move on from our home isle. Move on into the wider world, but how? We have no boat, we have no ability to fly or anything like that. How shall we leave? Well, remember the prophecy. The prophecy said that something would happen on the day the sky was opened and the tree was split asunder or some such thing. Well, from this outlook, this overlook, we can examine the sky.
It's dawn.
What happens if we open the sky? Yellow, red, yellow, orange.
Allah?
We just opened the sky. Lightning struck a tree and it splashed, and part of it splashed down into the ocean and floated around towards the town. I think we may have acquired, here it comes, our raft. Our magnificent bark. Yeah, here it comes.
Is it over?
Little bit of a shock there, Bobbin. Don't blame you. Right, well let's head out then. So we fulfilled part of that prophecy. Today is the day the sky opened and lightning split or rent the tree, or however it was phrased. Alas, my memory does not give me word for word on that, but that's okay. One thing I will say, it's worth mentioning at this point already, this game is beautiful. You don't see it as much in the town sections here. We'll see more of it later, I think, but I do think it's visible from the outlook, the overlook that we just visited. This game really looks good. And as you've heard occasionally, and as you might hear if you were here from the start of the game, or... Oh no, here we go. The music is just lovely. Here we go, there go the swans. All to this beautiful fairy tale, magical, wondrous music. Even just at the title screen, this piece of music stirs me. Stirs my heart.
Allah?
Oh. But there's a water spout ahead of us. Hi. I wonder if it'll be friendly to us.
Allah?
See? Green, red, green, red. I didn't catch that last.
Close enough.
Sorry, let me see that again. Red, green, red, and red. Okay.
I think that's close enough.
So, that's... Well, first of all, let's have a look at... Can we look at these lot? No, we can't look at the swans. So, this water spout is blocking our way. It is a significant hazard. I'm not quite sure why we haven't been seriously harmed by it already, but anyway, we just got a weave from it. The question is, what weave did we get? Well, what is it doing? It's twisting. So we got a weave that twists things, spirals them around. What do we do about the water spout? We reverse that weave and untwist things. Red, red.
It might help to point at something first.
Yes, thank you, Bobbin. Let me try that again. Red, green, red, red. And no? Oh, I'm doing it the standard way around.
Tighter.
Yes, I did it the normal way around. My mistake. Let me try that again. Red, red, green, red. Aha. And we untwist the twister, well, the water spout. And off we go. Oops. Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. I hadn't clicked on the right place and I looked away for a moment. Ah, and we've once again gained a level, so to speak, and acquired the cyan note, which is G apparently. My apologies, by the way, if you're music literate and are bothered by the fact that I'm referencing these notes in terms of color rather than actual musical note. I'm not good with music. I'm not good with notes and all of that. So I'm sticking with color. By the way, it's perhaps worth mentioning on that note that this game has an expert mode. At the start of the game, I was asked to pick a difficulty level. I could pick easy, standard, or expert, I think. Expert mode, if I recall correctly, requires you to learn your drafts by ear. You don't see the little colored sparks or any of that. You just hear the notes, and you're expected to catch them from that, or to catch the drafts from that. Anyway, so we're at a new land. There's this interesting glass city there. There's this forest there. I don't know whether there's anything off to the left here. No. Myself, I like to go into the forest first. So let's head that way. You can still see the glass city here. Again, this game is beautiful. I mean, look at the scenery as well as just the crystalline city. So let's wander forward. Red, cyan, red, cyan.
Halt! Who goes? Well. Looks like a scrawny runt trying to sneak into our flocks.
Sneak? You call that sneaking? I heard them coming all the way in from town.
Thought you were going to fleece some shepherds, did you? Maybe we ought to take the shears to you instead.
Lovely
Listen,
lot.
I'm not looking for sheep or trouble. I'm looking for a flock of swans.
Swans?
Swans! You know, birds.
Oh, swans! Of course.
We should have known. Everybody comes here when they want swans.
Next you'll be telling us you're some sort of wizard off to fly away with them birdies.
Right.
Wizard? Wizard? You wouldn't happen to be the great wizard that Fleece was telling us about, would you now?
Fleece?
He is sort of dressed like a wizard.
I don't know. He doesn't look very powerful to me.
Me neither. I say we don't let him by until we know for sure. Come on then, wizard. Let's see some magic. Or else... Going somewhere, little wizard?
Well, okay.
Better off with the elders back home.
Wonder what spell we might use here. Well, let's try what they seem to give us. Cyan.
It might help.
Oh,
it might
fine.
help to point at something first.
Can I point at myself? No. Okay, let's point it then. Cyan, red, cyan, red. Not sure this is a good idea, but we'll see. Nope, they're proof against that one.
There's nobody better at stealth than us shepherds.
Aye, and you'll have to do better than that to get past that.
Okay, well, let's just go somewhere else for now then. Let's find...
Come on, lads. He's had enough. Let him go.
Some kind of wizard, eh?
Don't trip on your robe, little wizard.
Get
Wow.
on, you lazy bunch of yous. Back to work.
Just make a note here. Well, that was a distinctly unpleasant encounter. But anyway, so let's head this way then. And go out to the Crystal City. See what we can find. Well, we did at least learn a new weave from the shepherds. And we will find something that will help us to impress them, I do think, in due course. Let's now examine this Crystal City. or glass city, really. A little bit mazy in places, but quite neat, I do think. So we can go out here. Looks like we can probably go up there. Oh, and I do like the color. Nice use of the transparency there. Can we do anything out here? Oh, can, by the looks of it. Oh, brings us out here, which takes us to this little booth.
Huh. A glass bell. I wonder what will happen if...
It's a teleporter. This lot have teleporters.
I'm dizzy.
Oh, and here's one of the locals.
Welcome to Crystal Guard, stranger. I'm Master Goodmode, 31st in the Noble Guild of Glassmakers.
Excuse me if you heard me drink.
Might you be?
My name is Bobbin. Bobbin Threadbare of the, Noble Guild of Weavers.
A weaver! Tell me, is it true that to peer beneath a weaver's hood brings instant agonizing death?
I honestly don't know. Nobody's ever tried it with me. You have such a wonderful view of the sky here. Have you noticed a flock of swans flying this way?
Swans?
Swans. You know, birds.
Yes, swans! No, I haven't heard of any swan sightings. Look around to your heart's content, Weaver Threadbare. And remember, if you break it, you buy it.
I imagine there's a lot of buying going on in this place. Well, let's look at this chalice at any rate. At least this guy was rather more welcoming than the last lot.
That's beautiful. I've never seen anything sparkle like that. Not even the long tapestry. What kind of glass is...
It was carved from a single crystal of diamond.
Impressive.
But I thought you were glassmakers.
No, we are. Dear boy, this is none other than the famous Chromax conundrum, wrought by our distinguished founder, Lucent Bottleblow. His works once filled an entire museum, you know. And that was before the Great Dragon arrived in 1742. She blew through this city like a torch, melting and breaking our finest works, plundering our museums and treasuries until we had almost nothing left. It was awful, just terrible, really a miserable time. Even Bottleblow's greatest masterpiece, the first scrying sphere, was lost forever.
But you still have the conundrum.
And a lucky thing, too. It was on loan to the Guild of Vintners at the time. It was the sole remaining example of our founder's transcendent genius.
But I'm still curious. Why is it diamond instead of glass?
We've no idea at all. That's the conundrum, you see.
Ah, well, there you are. By the way, this whole place reminds me of a show that I was watching, that I've seen sort of 2 and special seasons of, which is called Blown Away, and it's a glass blowing competition show. It's really, really good. If you like that sort of creative competition show, like cooking competition shows or other types of creative competition show, I think it's really good. Anyway, this chalice. So we have a chalice. The obvious thing to do is to try to fill it up. So we found a weave for emptying from that bottle that we spilled over. So let's try reversing that, which if I read this correctly, if I read my writing correctly, it's yellow, green, green, cyan. It did something. And we filled it with wine, I suppose, I hope.
I wonder where that dragon went with Bottleblow's other treasures.
Good question. All right, well, let's leave them a little conundrum, shall we? Probably a little disrespectful of us, but oh well. Monuments.
Softshard, wife of Lucent Bottleblow, here attained final clarity.
Final clarity. Interesting terminology. This, I think, is the graveyard or memorial hall of the glassmakers. I shan't impose too much on this, I think. which seems to be, I suppose, this area. So I think we probably just came from over there. So let's try this. Oh, hold on. Let me just step out for a moment.
Not so fast here.
Oh, all right. We're supposed to listen to this conversation.
Who's that? I can barely hear what they're saying.
I trust Your Excellency is pleased with our progress?
That all depends on how far this sphere can help me see.
4 hours, most assuredly. Perhaps 6 with a bit of luck.
Only 6 hours? But I expressly requested 8.
Every sphere is unique, Bishop. It is impossible to accurately predict how well this sphere will perform.
I need at least 8 hours. 8 hours, Master Crucible. See to it.
So that was an interesting little interaction. We'll be seeing more of them later, I think. Interesting. They appear to have a orb that can view the future. But first, let's have a look at them.
What's going on up there?
Interesting. Do we have anything we don't really have anything that we can do with them just yet, I don't think. So let us. Here's another of their teleportation booths. Can we just go straight to this? No, I don't think so. Okay. Oh, that brings us up to here.
Look! Who are you, lad?
And just what do you think you're doing up here?
I'm not sure. I just rang the bell and
Well, I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to be here.
Step back under the lens, please.
This is a restricted area. No visitors allowed.
Good day, sir.
Well, we're not supposed to be there with that nice big scythe. Okay, well, we want to be there, so
I guess I'm not supposed to go up there.
Let's use what we learned from the shepherds. Cyan, red.
It might help to point at something first.
Oh, all right. I think I see how I'm supposed to do this. It's a pity that you can't point it yourself, but that's fine. That's fine. I think I see what to do. So if we point at them, go cyan, red. Cyan, red.
I wonder, did it work? Only one way to find out.
So we did something up there. Let's go and find out what we did. Excuse me while I have a drink. Do hydrate. Tasty chocolate. And off we go. Let's see what happened. And we come out, and we are invisible.
Our esteemed Bishop Mandible cuts quite a figure, doesn't he?
I don't doubt that Crucible's getting tired of bowing and scraping to him. Why would the clerics want a scrying sphere anyway? I thought they didn't believe in the future.
Yeah, your guess is as lucid as mine, Flute. But Crucible appears to think that they're up to no good again.
Then why would he do business with them at all? Let alone sell them a sphere.
Well, you know, Crucible, he'd sell his own mother's spectacles if he thought there was a profit in it. And the clerics are paying off in cash.
Which should keep us in the clear for years to come. Still, I'm certainly pleased that Crucible's not taking any chances. This scythe might become very useful if our friend the bishop has been less than transparent with us.
Ouch!
Yes, very useful indeed.
Interesting. So as you may have guessed, and one of the elements of this game that I'm least fond of, the local church is the villain organization, specifically the bishop, but we only see the bishop and his servant, so they're pretty much the only representatives of the local church that we see. Don't like that. There's quite enough of that anyway. But anyway, other than that, I really like this game. So let's not dwell for now. Let's examine the side instead. Ooh. Blue, cyan.
That side is even sharper than a weaver's spindle.
So that seems to be about sharpness, that weave. Oh, not what I was trying to click on. I wanted to click on the people. Excuse me.
That side is even sharper than a weaver's spindle. That side is even sharper than a weaver's spindle.
Let's use this bell, this little glass bell, and see where this teleporter takes us. Since we can now slip invisibly past those two, it brings us here. It brings us, indeed, to this scrying orb that allows us to peek a few hours into the future. Let's see what it shows us. It shows us, and it's pretty art, by the way. It shows us the shepherds and us casting yellow, green, green, yellow. And it scares them off. Interesting. So we just learned a weave from ourselves in the future. Nice little temporal conundrum. I think the only way out now is to go back. I don't know whether we'll still be invisible, but we'll just get shunted out the other end by the workers if we're not. No, we're still invisible. Good. Means we can just walk out, and they don't seem to notice the teleporter activating. But that's fine by me. Oh, we're supposed to use the bell. Yes, of course. Ring bell for service. Okay, so we now have a potential means of getting past the shepherds. So let's head back that way, shall we? We shall. These are quite neat. I don't know what these are in aid of, but they're neat. And I do like the way they've actually represented the shadows of these glass lenses, whatever they are. So quite nice attention to detail. As I said, this game is beautiful in places. There is some really lovely art. I mean, look at that sky. There's soft, subtle clouds, all very nicely done. Anyway, let's scare away some shepherds. How's that for a segue? Segway? I don't have one. They're too expensive, or something. I don't actually know how much a Segway costs. Anyway, here are some shepherds.
He's back.
So are we.
So, let's cast a spell that we saw ourselves casting. Yellow.
It might help to point at something first.
Them. Yellow. Green. Green. Yellow. Another palindromic weave, by the way, you may note. There is no antithesis to this weave. And we take on the appearance of a dragon to them.
Well, that worked. Funny, I don't feel very scary.
Now that is a weave that causes you to take on the appearance of whatever scares you. Or whatever scares the subject, rather. Our shepherd here appears to have fallen asleep counting his sheep.
Poor fella. He must have had a long night.
Anyway, let's look at the sheep. So orange, yellow, green, and blue.
Hey, you!
Which appears to be.
Get away from here!
Well, that's odd. I
I've got to
thought
go and
that.
round them all up again.
Oh, that.
And you'd better not be here when I get back.
That was.
Here, go on now.
I actually set down one of my earlier weaves incorrectly. This was the waking weave, and they just cast the weave that put him to sleep. But anyway, so we now have a weave that wakes people up or puts them to sleep. So we'll let him continue dozing for now, and just continue on our merry way. Look at that backdrop, by the way. That is such nice work. Oops, excuse me if you heard that notification. Anyway, more graves.
Some of these graves are really old.
Ah, well, here's a little village with a little lambikin. Ah, here comes someone.
Hello there.
Who said that?
There she is.
I did. My name is Fleece, first chosen of the Guild of Shepherds. I wish we had time to chat a while and trade some tales, but we have got a serious problem on our hands.
What sort of trouble are you having?
It seems we've a dragon nearby who has an enormous appetite for fresh mutton. We breed our sheep for extra whiteness, so we cannot keep them on the meadows. She can spot them miles away. By now, the dragon has carried off so many that we may not be able to fill the cleric's order.
The clerics? I just saw the bishop at the glassmakers.
Bishop Mandible? He placed the order for 10,000 sheep.
10,000 sheep? That's enough to feed an army.
Yes, that had occurred to us too. You noticed our increased patrol in the forest. We'll deliver the sheep to the clerics if we can, but we won't trust them.
I suppose fighting the dragon will be out of the question.
Only a mage can save us.
Oops. Sorry that the audio cuts off. I don't know why it does that, but it does do that. Anyway, let's look at this
I
lamb.
see you've noticed my little friend.
She doesn't look at all well.
She isn't, and my songs of healing don't seem to be bringing her much comfort.
Red, blue, blue, red.
I wish I were better with him.
That might have been heal. Let's see if we can do it ourselves. So, oh no, we can't. Never mind. Don't think we can. Oh, we can actually cancel out. Good. Is there anything that we can do to help the sheep, I wonder? Waking, sharpness, fear, revelation, twisting, gold, sight. No, I don't think we have something that allows us to help the sheep.
The flock is out to pasture. You'll find them there. Go forth, wizard, and may you return safely to our fold.
You may have noticed that each of the guilds names thematically and has idioms that are thematic to their works. Anyway, we can do something about these sheep and hiding them from this marauding dragon. Marauding? Yes, marauding, not marauding. Anyway, sheep. White sheep. Wouldn't it be so much better if they were green? I think so. Orange, red, orange. Orange, you glad? And green they are. And here comes the dragon and plucks the only other visible thing on the ground. Us. Nice mountain, by the way. I do like the way they've shaded that. Volcanic mountain too, by the by.
Well, what have we here? Oh, that's what comes of being in such a blazing hurry, I guess. I thought you looked a bit scrawny. Oh, why, you'd hardly make a decent kindling.
Nice dragon, though.
Have you no manners, lad? Stop staring at me.
Oh, was I staring? So sorry.
Oh, don't mind me, love. I get rather crotchety on an empty stomach.
Does that mean you're going to incinerate me, then?
Incinerate you? Oh my, aren't you the foxy one? I haven't created any fire since my last mating season, and you don't want to know how many centuries ago that was. No, that's much too much heat for me these days.
You mean you can't breathe fire?
Can't? Let's just say I won't. Just between you and me, love, the stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So, we've been abducted by this dragon, if inadvertently, and this is actually a puzzle that has a couple of different solutions, if I recall correctly. Now, I'm not quite sure what the best solution is.
That's quite a bit of gold you have there.
That? Oh, that's nothing compared to what it used to be. Piled floor to ceiling it was. Everyone said it was the most beautiful lair anywhere, and right they were too. Then one day, last spring it was, comes along this third-rate wizard who botched up everything. He tried to get the volcano to blow, but only shook up the place in a huge earthquake instead. Broke all my fancy glass, mind you, and made off with most of the gold, too. The only thing he left me was a gorgeous glass ball.
Ah, that sounds familiar. Can we leave? Can we just walk out? It seems not. Now, I think at this point I'm actually... Well, first I'm going to check that I can't just walk out this way. I think I might have to go that way. Let's see. Okay, now, I know one solution to this puzzle, I do believe, but it's kind of a mean solution. It's been hinted at already. The dragon is afraid of fire, and we have a spell that causes us to take on the appearance of someone's fear. And what's more, we can turn this gold to straw and set the whole horde ablaze and scare off the dragon, which would help the shepherds as well. But I want to see if there's a better solution. So I'm just going to pop into UHS Hints quickly, see if they have any information on this puzzle and what other solutions might exist. If I weren't streaming, I would probably sit and give it some serious thought now, but let's just look it up for the sake of expediency. So, how can we escape from the dragon? This just gives us one solution, which is the one that I just outlined. Let's do a quick general search, see if we can find anything. Let's see what they say here. Okay. Okay, it looks like it amounts to the same thing, but this way is not, the way that I'm about to do it is not quite the same as my usual way, so let's show you that instead. They do note that the terror spell way does work, but maybe this is not quite as horrible. So what we're going to do, the first part is the same. We look at the gold and we turn it to straw with red, orange, yellow, red. I think I got that spell right. No, I didn't. Hold on, let me check my spell again. Red, orange. Oh, I see. Red, orange. Hold on. Yellow, orange. Oh no, I think I miscast that, didn't I? Wow.
I guess that isn't a draft.
Let me try that with the actual spell now. So it's red, orange, yellow, orange. Red, orange, yellow, orange. There we go, that's more like it. And all that lovely gold turns to straw. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of gold myself, but still, the dragon likes it.
Yeah, put it back the way you found it, now.
No, I don't think I will, but we earned a new note. We've now learned the blue note. And that, I believe, gives us access to one of the spells that we learned, but haven't been able to actually cast. Which we learned from... Where did we learn this one? Oh, we learned it from the shepherd who was counting and guarding his sheep, I do believe. So, blue.
It might help to point
Right. Blue, green, yellow, orange. and put the dragon to sleep. Dreaming of sheep. And snorting a bit of fire on all of that straw, which promptly catches fire.
Eek! Fire!
And our dragon is terrified of fire, as previously mentioned. And she flees.
You haven't heard the last of me, you cheeky brat!
Oh dear, shame. I do feel a bit sorry for the dragon. Anyway, this opened up this new tunnel for us, so we can move forward. Ah, darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Wonderful. I can't see a thing.
Well, let's change that. Red. Orange, orange, red. One of the earliest spells that we learned. And we can see just about. So, by the way, you may notice that I'm not saving as I might usually do. This bit, by the way, is a bit of a maze, so bear with me. I'm not saving as I usually do, and that's because this game is actually pretty safe. If I recall correctly, there are no ways to die, no dead ends, none of that sort of stuff. Part of that is down to the fact that it's a LucasArts game, but I mean, Monkey Island was a LucasArts game, and I think you could die there. Could you die in Monkey Island? Maybe you couldn't. Anyway, the point is, it is a pretty gentle game, so we don't really need to worry about dying or doing something to prevent ourselves from completing the game. If we get to the point at which I decide it's time to close the stream and we haven't finished, then I'll probably save and quit. We found our way by the looks of it. Good. Let's look around, shall we? But yes, so otherwise, there's no real point in my saving. Before we go that way, let's just have a look at this staircase here. Let me have a drop to drink. Much better. Was that the wrong way to go? That might have been the wrong way to go.
It might help to point at something first.
I wasn't trying to cast a spell, Bobbin. As I said, I have played this game before, but I don't remember everything exactly, so my apologies if I do wander hither and thither a little bit at times. Plus, I have a terrible sense of direction and such like, so I do tend to get lost and turned around quite easily. Oh, there's no actual way to progress that way. Okay, fair enough. Looks like we do actually want to go there. I do recall that there's a particular screen that we want to get to in this section. I'm not entirely sure where it is, which is why I'm a little anxious about which direction I should be going in. In which direction I should be going? Yes, I think that's better worded, I think. Anyway, let's continue exploring. As I said, this game doesn't have dead ends, so we should find anything that's important for us to find if we just keep moving, I think at least. Where does this bring us out? Here we are. Could have sworn that staircase was led directly to the scene that I'm thinking of, location that I'm thinking of. But apparently not. Oh. See? No dead ends. No deaths.
Guess I won't be going back that way.
This is what I was thinking of. I was thinking of this stairwell by the look, or whatever this is. That's what was what I was remembering when I looked at that other staircase, I think. But let's look at this water instead. Green. Blue. Green.
My own reflection.
Green, blue, green. That's reflection. Interesting. Let's try it. Green, blue, green. See if it does anything of interest. I doubt it. No. Also, another palindromic weave,
That
which
must
means
not
that...
be the right draft.
There is no antithesis to it. But I think what we might want to do here instead is to empty this pool by casting green, 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 yellow. Again, a very early spell. No?
I guess that isn't a draw.
Oh, I misreading. You see, when I first noted the spell down, I thought that the first note was a green. It was in fact a cyan, so my writing is a little ambiguous there. Let me try that again. Cyan, green, green, yellow. There we go. I will say I love this approach to puzzle solving. I really do. It's something different from most point-and-click adventures while still being puzzle-oriented. And plus, it's all about magic, and I love magic. Oh, thank you for the follow, Dr. Baby, by the way. Much appreciated. Let's look at this orb. Let us ponder our orb. And we see a volcano erupting. Encouraging. Anything else? A swan. I think that's white, green, cyan, red. Yes, but we have that. That was in fact the very first weave that we ever saw in this game. One more, once more. Guessing it'll be... Oh, it's our villain.
Bishop Mandible. What in the world is he up to?
And once more, let's see if we have anything new. No, we're back to the beginning. Okay, and that's that. This is presumably the orb that the dragon ran away with that we heard about
It's already
earlier.
dry as a bone.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
already
dry hole,
dry
okay.
as a bone.
Right, well, let's see which way we go forward. I suppose this way then? No? Which way do we go to exit the screen? I thought that we would have to go this way. But no, apparently not. Do we have to refill this now? Ah, you played this game as a kid, Dr. Baby, and love it. Yeah, I don't remember when I first played it, but I do love it myself. I don't suppose you remember which way I'm supposed to go from this screen, because I seem to be a trifle lost. Can't seem to find an exit to the screen. No idea. Fair enough, fair enough. We'll find our way eventually. As I was saying earlier, there are no dead ends in this game, so I can go behind this. Oh, there we go. You see? Found it. Just had to find the right place to click. And we are out. But this presents a bit of a problem. We have a staircase that winds around this pillar of rock, but the trail doesn't connect, and that could be a bit of a problem for us. Let's see if we can do something to solve that. You may recall the water spout if you were here earlier. The twisting water spout that we untwisted. Well, maybe we can do something similar. If I can find the thing that it wants me to look at. Okay, he wants to do it from the top of the trail. That's probably wise in all fairness. So, excuse me a moment while he does that, and I want that weave. So, getting ready. Yes, Bobbin, thank you. So, it is red, red, green, red. Voila, and we untwist the spiral staircase, which I find is very neat. I love this style of magical problem solving. There was more of that in the Quest for Glory series, and I loved it there too. Dr. Baby, you say they intended on making this a trilogy, but it never sold well enough for that to happen. Indeed, I remember hearing so myself, which is actually rather sad, because this is such a wonderful game, and having the story go further could be really, really cool. That said, I do like the point on which this goodbye dragon, the point on which this game ends. I think it's actually not a terrible conclusion, so it could be a lot worse, in all fairness. What was I just thinking? No, I've forgotten. Never mind. Oh, yeah, yes, that was the other thing. The other thing was, had you heard that someone some time ago now was trying to make a fan sequel to it? Ah, here's someone having a nice kip.
He's fast asleep.
Well, let's wake him up, shall we? Orange, yellow, green, blue. Okay. Orange, yellow, green, blue. You never heard of that. Let me see if I can dig it up quickly once this spell is cast.
I guess that isn't a draft.
Wait, what? Isn't that not a draft? Orange, yellow, green... Oh, I clicked on cyan. Sorry. Orange, yellow, green, blue. There we go. That's more like it.
Hello there.
While they chat, I'm just going to look up.
Your music woke me up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, not to worry. I'm Rusty Nailbender.
I'm Bob.
Of course.
Of the Weavers.
Weavers, eh? Our folk are blacksmiths. I'm supposed to be getting firewood for the master, but this plateau's being picked cleaner than a new blade. Come over here. That's us down there. The forge. That's what we call it. I've heard you weavers don't get out much. What's your business here?
I've been looking for a flock of swans.
Swans? No. No swans around here. Oh, say, all this talk has made me sleepy. A real pleasure, though. Oh, let me know if you find your swans. Oh.
And down he goes. Sequels. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, on the topic of sequels, according to Wikipedia at least, according to Rogue Leaders, Loom was not designed to be the first game in a series, but, quote, Brian Moriarty considered additional directions for the story, end quote, after development of the first entry had concluded. The two sequels planned were titled Forge and the Fold, starring Bobbin's friends Rusty Nailbender and Fleece Firmflanks. Moriarty gave an account of potential sequels in a 2006 interview. And there's a long section after that. So it sounds as though Loom wasn't originally designed to be a trilogy, but that once the first game was completed, they had the thought to then build a trilogy upon it, which is interesting. But in any case, the fan sequel apparently follows that title and is called Forge, which looks like you can find if you just do a simple Google search. I won't put the link in here just now, but if you're interested, you can look it up, I think. So we're going to want to get into the Forge rather than wasting time more time going there and finding out why we're going to do what we're about to do. Let's just use the weave that we just learned, the reflection weave. Green, blue, blue, green. And let us swap appearances, reflecting in other words, and head down to the Forge looking like one of theirs. Hello there! Don't mind me, fellow Forge person. Just
Hello, young nail
coming
bender.
through.
About time you were coming home. Stokes been looking for you, and he ain't real happy.
I like the
You better
shading
get
of these
in there
walls.
right now.
Right, in short, if we'd come as ourselves, we would not have been permitted entry. And this is the next step on our journey. So we go in the guise of Rusty Nailbender. Okay, the audio here I don't like, but that's somewhat to be expected from me with something that involves a lot of forging going on nearby. I don't like a lot of loud noise, especially of this sort. So moving on. Let's see where we can get out of this screen. Oh, much better. Whew. Okay, hi. Hello, person who clearly knows us.
It's about time, you lazy idiot. I sent you out 4 hours ago for firewood, and you bring me back one scrawny stick. If father weren't the foreman, I'd toss you in the furnace.
Oh dear.
You're just like the use downstairs with the bishop right now.
Oh
If
yes?
that fire goes out and the cleric's swords don't get done,
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
I had a bit of trouble.
perhaps you'd like to offer your confessions to the bishop in person. I'd be happy to arrange it. Now give me that stick. I'm done dealing with the likes of you, Nailbender. I'll be back, and you'd better hope the furnace doesn't go out.
What a mess. I can't do anything without my distaff.
We've lost our ability to cast spells. As you can see, no distaff at the bottom anymore. So, a little bit more information on the plot. It seems our villain, in addition to wanting an orb that can scry 8 hours into the future and buying up enough meat to feed an army, is also buying up enough swords to arm an army. Well, let's look at this lot.
That straw looks awfully comfortable, though.
It does.
Oh, it must have a sleep draft woven into it.
Okay. Oh, hello, dragon.
Imagine frightening a poor
Oh, dear.
defenseless old thing like me.
Rusty?
Well, I may not be much good with fire, love, but I still enjoy the taste of tender, firm young meat.
Oh dear, ooh, poor Rusty.
One blasted stick of wood
Shame.
left. Curse that lad. 10,000 swords to forge, and the furnace is about as cold as my chances for promotion. I don't
Oh, dear.
believe this. Real nice of that Weaver kid. Just wait until his turn comes. I'll be waiting for him on the outside.
Whoops. Oh, hey, Hedgel.
Oh dear, that means trouble.
Yep.
Elder Atropos saw his staff treated so he'd have something to say about it. You could be sure of that. Careful now, old bird. Let's not singe the feathers.
I do note that the distaff doesn't seem to have been damaged by its ill treatment. Okay, here we are.
No time for another nap. I've got to get out of here.
Ah, and here's our distaff. For the fun of it, let's turn this into gold. So, orange, yellow, orange, red. Because why not? Honestly, don't remember whether it's important, but, you know, it's the thing we can do, and I'm going to do it. Et voila! Bunch of gold.
It's locked.
Well, we have a draft to do. Let me try that again. We have a draft to deal with that. It is yellow, red, yellow, orange. Another of the earliest drafts that we learned. I do like that these older drafts are coming back into the puzzle solving. This being the open draft. Et voila. Right. What's this?
Not a stick left.
I wonder whether we can do something about that. Let's try yellow, green, green, green.
I guess that isn't a
Oh, let me just change this. This is the one that I keep misreading. So I originally wrote a G, thinking it was green, when in fact it should be a C because it's cyan. Right, let's try that again. Yellow, green, green, cyan. Et voila, and we filled up the wood bin again. Nice. Can we do anything with that?
Now that's more like it.
Right, so we filled up the wood bin for them and given them a ton of gold. Because why not? Ah. conversation.
The final blade is even now in the hands of our most skilled blade shaper, Your Excellency.
This fellow, I
How's it
presume.
coming there, Edgewise?
I'm just putting the edge on the last sword, sir.
Good to hear it. No slacking off now. Let's get it finished.
You share with me a historic moment, Foreman. The forging of the 10,000th sword marks the end of our preparations. How much longer must I wait?
The steel will ring out its final defeat, sir. Not much longer now.
Very good then. Carry on.
I don't think we want this to go quite that smoothly, do we? 10,000 swords.
Edgewise, is that blade not ready yet? His Excellency is still waiting.
The metal is proud, sir. It does not yield easily to my blows.
More sweat will soften it, I trust.
It will be a blade to be reckoned with.
The Blade of Reckoning. It does have a certain apocalyptic ring to it.
Lovely.
I trust I will not be kept waiting much longer.
Good metal rewards patience, exalted one.
And our client rewards quick service. Now pound!
So this sword, maybe we don't want it to be sharp. Cyan.
Maybe I should stand a bit closer.
Cyan, blue, blue, blue.
It might help.
He put down the sword. Hold on, let's try that again. Come on. Anytime you're ready. This is, I think, a matter of timing. Let's try it now. Cyan, blue, blue, blue. I don't think it's actually going to work. Oh, I think we might have to talk with them first. Well,
the final
prompt
blade
them.
is even now in the hands of our most skilled blade shaper, Your Excellency. How's it coming there, Edgewise?
I'm just putting the edge on the last.
Yeah, that prompts him to lift the sword.
Good to hear it. No slacking off now. Let's get it finished.
Interesting that they don't spot me standing.
A historic moment, Foreman.
Ah.
The forging of the 10,000th sword marks the end of our preparations.
Come
How
on.
much longer must I wait?
The steel will ring out its final defeat, sir. Not much longer now.
A little longer if we have something to do with it.
Carry on.
There we go.
Maybe I should
There we
stand
go.
a bit closer.
Cyan, blue, blue, blue. You can't see, but I'm holding my hand up at the screen when I do cast these spells.
What evil is this? A witch's curse has twisted the final blade.
A curse, Edgewise? I think not. It would take more than a mere witch's curse to ruin my plans. You there! Could it be that
Who,
this
me?
little prank is of your doing? Yes? Well then, I would be honored to have you as my guest at the cathedral. I know some other curses that may amuse you.
And now we come into what is in fact the final segment of the game. And you know, if this weren't framed the way that it is,
I'm really tired of this.
with the only clerics being the villains and all that would be a pretty cool scene that we saw approaching the place.
Tan's ultimate apostle of the anti-secular conclave of clerics.
I know. Am I expected to kneel?
Silence, you impudent punk!
This is my assistant, Cobb.
Charmed, I'm sure.
And you require no introduction. Your cloak and staff betray your origins. But I must say I'm surprised to find you here. It's been quite a long time since any weaver bothered to leave that dreary little rock you call home. Loom. So provincial. I can't help but wonder what impelled you to leave it now.
His Excellency asked you a question.
I know. I'm ignoring it.
Ah, recalcitrance. I see.
Shall I fetch the instruments of persuasion, Master?
Please forgive my assistant his eagerness. I fear Cobb is not very worldly. He does not understand the dangerous power of a weaver.
Dangerous? Your Reverence, him?
Quite dangerous indeed, my dear Cobb. In fact, he could burst this flimsy iron cage open with hardly a second thought.
That's impossible, most exalted one. I inspect the locks personally every fortnight.
Observe and learn then, for even now your prisoner plans his escape.
Well, I suppose we should perhaps oblige them. Looking at the cage, let us open it. Yellow, red, yellow, orange.
You see, Cobb? An elusive breed, these weavers. Fortunately, however, they're quite helpless without their weaving sticks.
That distaff will never work for you.
Oh, no, my young friend, you're quite wrong about that. Come, let me show you why.
Do you remember what I tried early in the game?
The boundary between the living and the dead is indistinct.
There's a bit of foreshadowing
Graveyards like
that I gave.
So
now, imagine what might happen if this delicate boundary were to be somehow breached, torn open, so to speak.
it's not that simple. You can't just rip the pattern apart like an old rag.
But it is that simple, my boy, and I can. I have only to lift this rod, and the legions of the dead will stream forth onto the plane of the living. A vast army of the dead, nourished by the shepherd's flocks, armed by the artisanship of the blacksmiths, guided by the glassmaker's sphere. All under the spiritual leadership of one supreme commander, me! The final hour is now at hand. The age of the clerics is upon us. I have preparations to attend to, Cobb. Don't let this boy out of your sight. He is to touch nothing. Do you understand me?
Perfectly, Your Excellence.
Lord Mandible, ruler of the universe. I do like the sound of it. I'll have to change my station.
Yeah, pity about this, Potter, but anyway. So, now there's a creature over here.
She looks hungry. I think I'll stay out of her way.
Let's look at this orb. Maybe there's something interesting in there.
Keep away from that. His Eminence said not to touch anything.
I wasn't going to touch it. Just looking, Cobb, that's all.
Just looking, eh? Well then, perhaps we can do a bit of a trade. How about I let you look in the sphere if...
If what?
Well, the legends say that to gaze upon an uncloaked weaver brings death. Naturally, we clerics aren't given to such silly superstitions, but I'm curious. Let's answer this one once and for all, shall we? No!
So apparently that one's true.
May we have some quiet, please?
It looks like we consumed Cobb.
To invoke the dead with all
Lovely.
that screaming.
Well, he can't say he wasn't warned.
One wonders whether that happens to other weavers. Anyway. Once again, This draft, the first draft we saw in the entire game. And a cooked bird. Lovely. Cooked swan, I fear. And a black feather floating to the ground. The only black bird we've seen thus far, I believe, is Hetchel. And we're back to the beginning. Again, I love this art. Look at this. This is beautiful. There's some amazing work went into this. Anyway, let's leave. Hello.
Friend, I see Cobb has been lax in his duty. No matter. You're just in time to witness the dawn of a new era.
You don't have the slightest
Or a new
idea
era.
what you're doing.
Yeah,
Hadley's
ERROR.
already worn and frayed. If you rip a hole in it now, the consequences will be beyond anything you can imagine.
Spare me your weaver mysticism, boy. The time has come when the dead shall no longer envy the living.
Red, yellow, yellow. I didn't catch the full of that, but I'm pretty sure that was the open
torn the
weave.
pattern completely open.
And with it, the eyes of the dead. Behold!
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Yep. Pretty though.
Dares disturb the peace of those who sleep.
Hi there.
I welcome and greet you, noble spirit. I am Bishop Mandible, Transultimate Apostle of the Anti-Secular Conclave of Clerics. And whom have I the honor of summoning?
I don't think I want to be part of this conversation.
No one obeyed any summoning of yours, foolish mortal. I have summoned you. I am Chaos. You have merely opened the door, and I have passed through it. For this, you shall be rewarded. Join me now, as my slave.
Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, wow. That's more graphic than I remembered. Oh, pretty horrifying.
Much too long since my last visit.
When last were you here, Chaos? Let's grab that.
I can't seem to hold on to this thing.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not good. That great big rent in the world. Which way now? This thing's gone. Which is the way out? Which way is out from here? Oh, hi.
Stop!
Oh, and we fell out of the world. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We're just in the outer realm, I suppose. And there are more such rents. Here's one that leads to a volcano, such as we saw in the glass earlier. A hole. Hi.
There's nothing left but bones. Rusty? Is that you? You don't look at all well.
I'm not well. Actually, I'm dead.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say a thing. What do I matter? I'm just another one of the dead.
Oh, Rusty, I feel terrible. I didn't know.
And that's not even the end of it. I go outside to wait for doomsday, like a good little ghost see. But no sooner do I get settled again, but some stupid idiot shreds the universe apart and hauls us all back inside. There are a lot of very unhappy dead wandering around here, let me tell you.
I know. I was there when it happened.
I might have known this was all your fault.
No, it wasn't me. The bishop managed this one all on his own.
Yeah? Well, there's going to be hell to pay, literally.
So to speak, yeah.
There's talk among the dead that they're going to take over the world, starting with the Forge. My home.
Which has transformed
where we used to
somewhat.
build strong things, good things.
Well, let's look at the bones of Rusty here. Let's see if we can do something about that. Red, blue, blue, red, which we learned from the shepherd woman. And I think we might have just healed him. Nice.
You did it. You brought me back.
It is what you wanted, isn't it?
Believe me, being alive is a lot more fun than being dead. But how did you do it?
Well, healing your body was easy. You're alive because the pattern is torn and your soul was free to return to this side.
Well, I must go, Bobbin. I've got to know what happened to the rest of my guild.
And I must do the same. Good luck, Rusty. And be careful.
Good fortune to you too, my friend.
I suppose that's the sequel hook that, or the hook that the sequel might have followed. Well, let's jump out of the world again. Let's try this hole. As you can see, the fabric of reality has had a bit of a rough time. Oh, as have the shepherds, alas.
You are too late, wizard. The dead have increased their numbers here. Those not dead are suffering, and my songs were again useless.
Sorry,
All that's
but I
left
believe.
for us is to put an end to their misery. Come, and extend your help, if you can.
Let's see if we can do the same here. Where was that spell? Red, blue, blue, red. There we go. That looks better. Ah, much better.
Fleece, what became of us? I was just walking among legions of dead.
You were saved by the mercy of yonder boy. We have not had the chance to thank you properly, wizard. But our memories are long, and we will not forget you soon. Hail and farewell. Come along now, before the dead ones return to the harvest.
Yes. All right. Try to solve things as we go. But as you can see, there is a bigger problem. The problem of these holes in the first place. We're going to need a way of fixing that, I think. But first, let's sort out some of these issues.
Master, good mold.
Ah, the Weaver boy. At least you've escaped the terror of the dead ones.
It appears the crystal
Look at this
god has not
warping.
been so fortunate. But I don't understand.
Lovely art, the way they've actually
Why did
warped
you
the
not
image.
use the great scythe?
We never doubted the scythe could save us. No, never, no indeed. Even chaos must fall under its blade. But we could not do it. To unleash such merciless evil would show us to be no better than our enemies. The entire world would have feared us when it was done. And to have become so much like our enemy was unthinkable. Just unthinkable.
And so you didn't use it?
We knew the price. The best we could hope for was to defend it bravely. But
Could it not be destroyed?
are not warriors.
Perhaps not.
You mean chaos stole the scythe?
We did what we could,
Ooh,
but it was not enough.
it's horrifying.
Remember us, my young friend. Tell the world that we fought with courage and chose death with clarity. Above all else, clarity.
Ooh. Oh, well, oh, he's actually vanished. We can't heal him. Let's see if we can do something about...
Appears I can't get there from here.
Okay, I don't think we can actually get to those people who...
Appears I can't
Yeah,
get
we
there
can't get to
from
those
here.
people that Chaos killed. So, journeying on through this outer realm. Let's see what else there is to be seen. Further, as we go back through our journey. What is this? Something new, something not seen through a rent in the world.
Welcome, Bobbin. You have joined us here at last.
An astral
Where
pond.
am I? You are outside the pattern, the home of the dead, and of those transcended.
The shore of wonder?
Yes, Bobbin, the shore of wonder. And you are the first to behold it with mortal eyes. Your journey has been long, and you must have many questions.
You're the swan that appeared each year on my birthday, aren't you?
Ah,
You saw me clearly then.
his
I was
mother.
never sure, but those visits meant so much. My
Aw.
only chance to watch you grow. You see, the elders forbade me to set foot on Loom Island just after you were born.
I thought you came to visit me, but I never quite believed it.
Call it a mother's curiosity. For indeed, Loom Child, that is who I am.
My mother is a swan?
Indeed. In mortal life, however, I was Lady Signa Threadbare, banished by the elders 17 long years ago for drawing an unforeseen infant out of the loom. How I've longed to know you,
Not
and
born.
you to know me.
Drawn
my
from the
son.
loom.
Liar. That's just not true. My mother is buried in the weaver's graveyard.
Dear Hetchel, she and the elders put that stone there so you wouldn't ask too many questions. Hetchel vowed to protect you forever, Bobbin. She is my dearest friend, and she loves you very much. But I fear her love has driven her to recklessness.
What do you mean? Where is she?
She flew off to Loom Island to confront the dead ones.
The dead ones are after her?
It's not Hetchel they're after, my son. They want the loom itself. If Chaos masters its secrets, the pattern will be hers to control.
Lovely.
Hetchel plans to destroy the loom if Chaos doesn't consume her first.
No, I've got to go back there, now!
You won't get far in that direction. The loom lies beyond the lake. No, you must try a more subtle strategy.
Oh. What do you propose?
The dead ones move between the holes your bishop friend rent in the pattern. If you weave the holes closed, it will be harder for them to follow you.
It will also help fix things. So, let's go back and let's close some of those holes. See what we can do to mend reality a little. We've healed human beings as we found there, as we've been able, but let's see if we can heal reality itself, the walls of the world. Well, let's start here. And let's reverse the open weave with orange, yellow, red, yellow. Et voila. One hole down. Let's move on to the next. Orange, yellow, red, yellow. Another hole sealed. On to the next. Orange, yellow, red, yellow. And there should be just one more in this direction, I believe. The original hole. Orange, yellow, red, yellow. There we go, and we've earned ourselves one more note on the distaff.
That's the last
indigo.
hole. Now, let's go find Hetchel.
Right. Now, from what we've been told, we want to go back in this direction. And, we're actually almost at the end of the game, I believe. We're about to enter the end game. I think I said the earlier part was the end game, but I was actually a little premature in that. Sorry about that. I think the next section should be the true end game. So, let us finish this. Let us see how the story ends. right, we have to go here first, and we have to go past the lake. This transcendent astral lake. And our people are, here we are. Let's pop through here. Can we, oh, this is just, okay, we can't select it to fix it, which is a pity, but we can pop through to return to Loom Island, and oh dear, I think the dead are coming for us. That is cool looking though, that is very cool looking. Alright, we've come straight to the Hall of the Loom for the final confrontation. Again, that weave that we've been seeing all the way through.
Mind yourself, Bobbin. Get your distaff ready. You must unmake the loom now, before chaos takes control.
What? How? I don't know what draft to use.
I don't.
Birds and children have no business wielding such power.
Weavers are the only ones who do have the right to use this power.
Destiny has blessed you, young threadbare. For you alone will live on to pass your guild's secrets to others more worthy of them. I invite you to serve my new empire as advisor.
Me? You? Advisor?
Of course.
No, that's
I
fine,
will
thanks.
expect your full cooperation in this historic exchange of goodwill. After all, anything else may bring harm to our relationship.
Don't listen to her, Bobbin. Heed me now. Here are the threads that will unmake the loom.
Silence.
So I saw blue there. Blue, cyan. Ah, kittens.
Mitchell, say something, please. I need that draft.
Enough! I lose patience.
Not sure of the exact colours
inferior
there.
beings. You will now instruct me in the use of this fascinating instrument.
Over my dead body.
Preference note.
Okay, so indigo, blue, cyan, green. Okay. Indigo, blue, cyan, green. We can do that. Indigo, blue, cyan, green.
Well, that didn't work.
No. Try it the other way around. Green, cyan, blue, indigo. No.
Well, that didn't work.
Indigo, blue, cyan, green. I can only presume I have the wrong target for it then. Let's try it on Hetchel. Indigo, blue, cyan, green. Oh, look at Hetchel looking cute there. No.
Didn't work.
Alright, let's try healing. That would be red, blue, blue, red. Ah, that looked good.
That's not helping.
Oh, alright. Could try it on the chaos. Indigo, blue, cyan, green. Nope.
Throw away that stick, young fool. Your weaver magic can't begin to touch me.
So I got a spell, but I don't know what to do with it right now. I can look at the loom. I can look at Hetchel. I can look at chaos. Tricky. What else can I do here? I can heal. I can take on appearances. I can wake or sleep. Create fear. Sharpen or blunt things, reveal or hide things, twist or untwist things, make things gold or straw, or make straw into gold and vice versa. Give myself sight in the dark, make things green or white, make things empty or full, open or closed, and that first one, I'm genuinely not sure what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to, rather than leave you sitting here, I'm going to look it up. Give me a moment. Loom hints. Again, if it were just me playing by myself, I would probably spend time trying to figure it out. But again, I'm busy streaming, so I don't want to have too much downtime. Oh, silence! There was a silence spell. Maybe that's the spell that we just saw. Maybe that was a spell cast upon her, not the spell that she was casting. Okay, so in that case, we should do green, cyan, blue, indigo. I thought that was Hetchel trying to tell us what spell to cast, not a spell being cast upon her.
Goodness. Now, Bobbin, quickly! The threads you need are...
Ducks are meant to be eaten, not heard.
So, indigo, green, and she turns into food.
I believe we were discussing the secrets of the loom.
So, let me see if I caught that correctly. Green, indigo, I think. Ha ha ha, I did. And Hetchel's back. Hi, Hetchel.
Close your eyes now, Bobbin. But keep your ears open. Here descends the third shadow.
That bird has annoyed me once too often.
Oh, I didn't quite catch that first one. I see red and indigo.
Now,
ooh, that's horrifying.
Where were we before we were so...
A destruction spell, which is exactly what we need.
Hetchel's black feather. She left one behind.
And so she did. I think I shall keep it as a souvenir of our little encounter.
I want that feather. Give it to me.
My, impudent, aren't we?
What was that spell? Okay, indigo, red, indigo. Okay, destruction can't be undone. So, indigo, red, indigo, upon the loom. And we wreak destruction upon the loom, thus denying it to chaos.
Bobbin, you did it! The loom is unmade.
You ignorant fools! Do you comprehend what you have done?
Probably not.
None of us can pass across this rift your weaver mischief has so blindly created. Your pious meddling has brought the end of my dream. You will hear for all eternity the cries of those you have abandoned, Bobbin.
Lovely. So it sounds like we literally tore the world in half.
You have left them under my roof.
We abandon no one. When our side of the pattern is mended, we will return and put an end to your evil.
Come, Loom Child. It is time for us to begin our destinies anew.
And we get, at long last, our final note, our final colour of the distaff. And we can at last cast the first spell that we ever heard, the first weave that we ever found in this game. The Weave of Transcendence, which is white.
It might help to point at something first.
What do I point at here?
Leaving so soon, Weaver? I was looking forward to spending
sends the scythe out after us. Flies off into the sky. And now we can click on ourselves. Now we can select ourselves and cast the weave of Transcendence. White, green, cyan, red. And become an immortal swan.
Fly away while you can, young threadbare, and know that we will most assuredly meet again.
I am ready, Mother. Let's go.
Again, lovely art here. And beautiful music. Carrying a patch of night with them. And a great big crescent moon in the sky now from that side. And that is the game. That is Loom. That is, honestly, that is a wonderful experience, I find. Yes, what's to say? It's this magical fairy tale experience. It's short, but it's not. It doesn't feel rushed, and much more would probably feel like padding. It's how do I put this? Because of the simplicity of its mechanics, I feel like it never. The player never really gets lost in finding items and solving extraneous puzzles and all of that sort of stuff that might distract from the journey, while nevertheless allowing there to be some challenge, some bit of puzzle solving that you have to do. Plus, the fact that it's magic, the whole thing is about casting spells, ties in with the magic, the magical theming of the game overall. So yeah, I think it's an excellent game, and remains one of my favorites. And it is a pity perhaps that there were no sequels, perhaps, because we don't know how those sequels might have turned out, of course. But as I think that I said earlier, I think this game, the game that we got, feels like enough. It doesn't end on an unsatisfying note, I find. It ends on a note that perhaps leaves one wanting more, but not on a note that leaves one feeling like one didn't get enough of the story, at least for me. So yes, that was Loom. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had fun. I did. And goodbye.